Hello, everyone. This is Kevin Fennell. We Went to the Zoo is my radio show about theater in Philadelphia area. No Josh today, sadly. He is doing his bass player thing. He actually just opened for the band live on New Year's Eve. And we have a very special guest today. We're here with Robert Bauer, the founder of the Drama Group.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Oh, yeah, I will say that. Because that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about that stuff.
No, the Drama Group.
Local theater legend,
Yeah,
Bob
right.
Bauer.
In my own mind.
Absolutely.
No, the Drama Group, I always say the Drama Group started by accident
Sure.
because nobody who was involved with the first productions had any idea we were starting a theater company.
Yeah.
But it was started at Funcock, First United Methodist Church of Germantown.
Where we sit right now.
Absolutely. And it was started by just a few church people who had fun putting on a show.
That's how most theaters started.
Yeah, the senior minister at the time liked to include drama and theater in worship service and rounded up a bunch of people to do this reading of this little play. And one of the women who was involved with it said, "Hey, this is fun. I'd like to do another show, but I don't want to do religious stuff. I want to do real theater." And so we just put together another reading, and the first one for the church was done on an Ash Wednesday, and on Good Friday evening we did the reading of The Shadow Box. And it was a lot of fun. It was a huge hit. More people came to see it than we ever expected. And so we went on and did some more shows. And some really, really bad shows.
Hey.
But, that's how you get started. You find
gotta
out what you
experiment,
can do and what
yeah.
you can't do. And, that was 1980. And it's
Been an experiment ever
now
since.
2017. And we've been doing it ever since. It's grown, of course, to be a community theater and not a church group.
Yeah.
Most of our actors come from outside, have nothing to do with the church. Most of our audience members come from outside the church. So, but we're still housed here at the church and encouraged by the church. But receive no financial support, no artistic input or anything.
Just a place to put on theater.
It's our home.
And that's what you need. It's one of the hardest things to find in any theatrical
we've
time.
given back a lot to the church, buying new curtains for the stage and new lights, and helped pay to pave the parking lot when they paved the parking lot. Just had some painting done, paid for that. So we're paying our dues to the church, I think.
Absolutely.
And we've gone far and wide since then.
Sure. And so, what's changed the most in the way that you guys figure out what your season is?
Boy, if I could answer that question. We depend on submissions from directors.
Okay.
Because we feel if a director is passionate about a show, that's the best entree into it. I know some theaters pick a season and then look for directors. Mm-hmm. We only do 2 shows a year.
Yeah.
Well, one of our main constrictions, of course, is the church year. We can't interfere with major religious holidays.
Of course not.
We have to schedule around those. And we are a small group. It's basically the same small group of people who handle most of the production. And so 2 shows, one in the spring and one in the fall, is about all we can manage. So we get submissions from directors, and then the board, the drama group board, reviews them and decides what we want to do. Our board is, I think, 9 or 10 people at this point, and again, it's sort of half church members and half not church members, and we put the season together. A lot of directors on the board.
Yeah.
Mark Johnson, who directed our last show, is a board member.
Former guest.
Yeah, absolutely. He's terrific.
Great guy.
Talented.
Oh yeah.
And Colleen Bracken has directed, Wayne Snover's directed.
Sure.
So we're all board members, and my wife Sandy she claims to be retired now. So,
And you, of course, also a
and
director.
Me, yes, I will be direct. I'm also on the theater committee at Allen's Lane.
Allen's Lane, absolutely. Where are you doing a show right now?
I'm right now in rehearsals for, and then there were none. I'm acting in that. It's funny because I've been on the board, or the theater committee. I was on and then off and then on again. I never acted there.
No.
This is my first
This
time
your first
acting
time?
at Allen's Lane.
I've acted there more than you have.
I know you
when
have.
you casted
and
me.
I directed you there, yeah. I directed 2 shows there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be directing again in the spring, Harold Pinter's Betrayal in May. Looking forward to that. But first, and then there were none, Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
And that's opening on the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Friday the
which is
13th of January.
Absolutely appropriate.
A great time to open a show.
Josh Hitchens is directing, and they've got all kinds of...
And it's Agatha Christie, so is it...
It's Agatha Christie.
So it's a mystery.
It's a whodunit, yes. 10 strangers gathered on an island, and one by one they bite the dust. And who done it?
Who did it?
Yes.
That's the question of
this
questions.
is interesting though, because this is the way she wrote the original novel is different from the way it's usually filmed.
Okay.
They have a sort of an upbeat, happy ending that they've tacked on to most productions. I guess her estate has just approved using the original ending.
Okay.
And there have been very few productions. The BBC...
Wait, so her estate wasn't approving it?
I
Her
think that's what it was. Well,
didn't
she's
want the
long
original
gone.
ending? Yeah, she's
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
But the original ending was more gruesome, and then it was cleaned up for the
It
BBC.
was cleaned up.
But
It was-
but she wouldn't allow.
Well, there was a major film in the, I guess, late 30s, early 40s, Hollywood, British thing, and that had the cleaned up ending.
Interesting.
And most stage productions
Will do that
have the
ending.
cleaned up ending.
Yeah.
But now the original ending has been licensed. And so that's what we're doing.
Awesome.
We're doing the original
Yeah.
ending.
It's like Moliere and how the miser was changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
he had to get a comeuppance at the end.
Oh,
so the
oh.
king made sure that Moliere wrote that the miser got arrested at the end
Oh, that's
because he was
interesting.
supposed to get away with it.
Yeah. It's funny how people really want happy
They want a happy ending. People just
Yeah.
Everyone
It's
gets
like a few
married.
years ago we did Trouble in Mind, which was written by Lorraine Hansberry. No, it wasn't.
Oh, it's not Moliere. It's Tartuffe.
Oh, darn. Oh, her name escapes me. Lorraine Hansberry did Raisin in the Sun. But anyway, they wanted to take it to Broadway, and she refused to make the ending upbeat.
Yeah,
And so she didn't get to Broadway, but Lorraine Hansberry did with Raisin in the Sun.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just, she had her ending to the play that she wanted to do, and
So she.
wouldn't change it.
Hey, no, stick to your
Yeah,
stick to your
absolutely.
ground there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Why would you change your ending?
Yeah.
Like, because somebody else thinks it's not supposed to be
Yeah,
good.
it won't sell tickets.
Yeah.
It won't send people out of the theater happy, and they won't tell their friends. I don't know.
1776, Nixon told them to cut a song because it sounded too liberal.
Really?
Yeah, they cut it out of the movie,
Oh boy.
which is crazy. Always to the right.
Yeah.
Because it's called Always to the Right. They're like, oh, it's too political.
that
Get
was
it
the
out. Get it out of there. Cut it out.
Oh,
Because he saw an early cut.
no kidding.
I mean, this stuff happens all the time. Governments.
Yeah. Censorship. Terrible.
Yeah,
thing.
terrible thing.
Terrible thing. Yes.
So how do you find stuff when you're directing? Because I know that you would see, when we were
Yeah.
doing oh man, now I can't remember the name of the play.
Breaking the code.
Breaking the Code.
Yes.
Because I just finally saw the movie.
Oh really?
I finally saw.
Different, right?
Yeah, it's much different. I was
Yeah.
only on one character, and I was very upset because I played 3 characters in
Yes.
Breaking the Code,
Yeah.
and I know you saw that much earlier in one.
You know that was my conceit to make those 3 characters.
This one, yeah, I mean, it
Yes,
makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. I thought it made sense.
Oh, especially, I mean, it's harder. It's hard to cast
It's hard
somebody
to get
that's
somebody who's going to be in for 5 minutes. at the
speaking
beginning of the play,
and then
5
somebody that
minutes
speaks
at the end.
Greek at the end
Right.
doesn't get to speak English.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, how do I find plays?
Yeah.
I see a lot.
Yeah.
I've
Which is the best.
I've been inspired by a lot of shows that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had seen Breaking the Code years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
And It's funny, I can still remember things that I didn't like about the production.
That's how most theater people are seeing shows.
I thought the staging was just awkward.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to speed it up and clean it up and
but still that
stylize
story
it a little more.
there.
Yeah, and just get on with the story and the characters. But so that's that. I saw that. Or I read plays. I read a lot of plays.
Sure.
I read more plays than novels, you know.
I've been getting, I always go back and forth. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm not reading enough if I'm just reading plays for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
Which is weird. Like, it's not true. Because plays are amazing. Like, you can't tell me Eugene O'Neill is, like, not as much a novelist as anyone else. I mean, God.
I know some.
Especially if you read the stage directions that he writes.
I know, that's what I was going to say.
Pours these things out.
Arthur Miller is one.
Oh, does the same thing.
His stage directions are like a novel.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to say, all right, just let me imagine it.
And like people are like, oh, you're just going to read another play. I'm like, yeah, they're amazing, and
their literature.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I just read a play from early 1900s called Rossum's Universal Robots. And it's where the word robots came from.
Oh.
It's like a science fiction play where robots take over the world, and but they can't make themselves, and so they're gonna die out, and all that's left is two humans, and the humans eventually kill themselves.
Oh my God!
It's really awesome.
The humans couldn't build more robots?
No, because the robots take over, and then the humans throw away the because it's not like it's not like gears type of thing. The like because the idea of like gears and robots and metal was never thought of. This is the first time the word robot was ever created, and so it's just like they're fake humans essentially, and they lose the formula how to make them.
Oh dear.
Plays are great. That's what I'm saying. There's so many weird plays out there.
The human race is doomed.
Exactly.
Really. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if anything's more prevalent right now.
Yeah.
The human race is doomed.
We are taking major steps backwards.
Major steps towards doomdom.
Yeah. Where will it all end? Oh.
All right, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about some other stuff about theater, because theater's the best. And we're back to my radio program. We went to the zoo. I'm here with Robert Bauer, still hanging out with me, talking about theater. And what I want to talk about, because I've done Shakespeare here, and I know that you have done the adaptations for Shakespeare at this place. So how do you do that? Because I've been wondering about this for a while, just because I have a lot of thoughts on like how do you adapt, how you cut, how you...
Yeah.
The Bard, especially.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He was a decent writer in his day. And holds up well.
It does. It's amazingly holds up well.
Yeah. I learned that I had to be fearless.
Yeah.
And just take the bull by its horns. And if there are references that are just going to confuse
that don't make any sense,
you just have to get rid of them. I mean, we're not doing this for scholars.
No.
We're doing it for the general public.
Yeah.
And they want basically to be entertained, and they want to understand what they're seeing. So, everybody complains about the language, but I think if you get the meaning, language works.
I don't think it's a problem. Especially, it's the actors.
Yeah.
Part of it is the actors, and it's just listening and ignoring. I don't know. The language is not ignoring the language, but hearing what they're saying.
Yes.
Makes all the difference. Which is why I always believe that, like, especially people that English majors that just read Shakespeare are losing out. Like, first of all, you have to see it, and second of all, you should be in it.
Yeah. When I was in high school, my English teacher read Shakespeare to us.
Yeah.
She didn't have us read Shakespeare. She read it to us, and we could understand it.
Yeah.
Because she knew what she was
saying and what she was saying out loud to people.
I mean, to have a bunch of high school kids pick up a Shakespeare script and
try to say it out loud,
you're not going to get anything out of it.
No.
Yeah, you need that intelligence. You need that understanding.
Yeah.
And she was a great teacher.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Like
Dr. Dickey, Frankfurt High School.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, like Robin Williams in in Dead Poet Society.
Yes,
He reads it fully aloud. He does characters. He does the inflection, because that's what you need to understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just
that was really my introduction to Shakespeare.
Was that?
And it took me a long time to actually get around to doing Shakespeare.
Yeah, you didn't do it immediately?
I didn't do anything immediately.
No.
No, I didn't start theater until late in life.
Okay, so what was your roundabout adventure?
Oh well, I was I was trained as an artist, graphic designer, illustrator, that type of thing. That's what I went to school for, basically because it was the only thing I knew how to do.
Sure.
So that's how I earned my living, as a graphic designer, art director, copywriter, that type of thing. But I've always loved theater, even as a kid. I just loved theater. I was drawn to it. But I was just so shy. I just couldn't, in school, I couldn't go near theater.
No.
It was just too intimidating. It was, I did some church things, religious drama, things like that, growing up. But I think I was in a school play in the fourth grade. And I think that was the extent of my childhood theater. No, it really wasn't until the drama group got started.
That's when you started really
That released me.
Yeah.
It really did. It gave me the freedom, and it was one of those things I always knew I could do it. I just didn't have the guts to get out there and actually do it.
Yeah, find the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. And the drama group was like a safe haven.
Just makes it.
And for that first show that we did, I auditioned. I did not get a part, but I helped with the staging.
There you go.
And that was really tricky because, Pilling Hall, where we performed, there's a stage and a proscenium and all that. When we started the drama group, the stage was used for storage.
Okay.
It was a collect-all for junk.
All right.
And we couldn't do the first show on the stage.
No.
We did it in
So
front
you
of
did
the
that.
stage. We put some risers in front of the stage and did the show there.
Have you guys done anything like that since?
We've done, when we did The Foreigner,
Okay.
we had to build an extension onto the stage because you need a trapdoor. And we don't have a trapdoor on the stage.
As always.
So we had to build an extension to build the trapdoor.
Sure.
We have also, from time to time, put different kinds of riser formations in front of the stage to extend it.
Sorry. Back to your point about the shadow box.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So we staged it in front of
All in front of the.
all in front of the stage, and different risers, different levels, furniture. We did a complete set.
It's awesome.
With no walls because there was no place to put walls, but with furniture. And I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed figuring it out on the stage.
That's one of creative problem solving is one of my favorite parts about theater.
Yeah, coming from a visual background.
Yeah.
It's very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
When people say, "Oh, well, it's just a bare stage. You don't need scenery." Forget it. It still has to look good.
Yeah, of course it does.
If you just strip our stage down and put nothing on it, you got nothing. That's what you've got. So I'm a big advocate for set design and production design and make things look good.
Absolutely.
So anyway, that's how we then finally cleaned off the stage.
Yeah. It's helpful to have one. I mean, it's not necessary, but
and then they didn't have curtains, so we had to get the side curtains and the back curtains and all of that.
All the little things you need for a theater.
Yeah. We're still limited light-wise. We just don't have the angles that we can hang the lights where we would like to hang them.
There's also a lot of windows.
Yes, we've got windows all around our acting space, which we can't darken.
No.
And so we can't do matinees, which, for us old people.
It's a bummer because you have a large church contingent,
exactly.
But it is the best thing for actors. I can't stand matinees. They are the worst thing in the world.
Isn't that funny? Because once I'm on stage, I don't know what day it is, what time it is.
I can always tell. I can always tell when I get up earlier and have to go act.
Oh no, I don't. several years ago, I did a show at the Wilman. We did some high school classes in the morning.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was morning once I was there and on the stage. It was another production. It was another show.
Yeah.
It was,
And you're blessed.
Anytime I can get on stage.
Oh, I love getting on stage.
I don't care
Oh,
when
man.
it is.
Don't wake me up to go do it. I never liked matinees. It's probably from college where we had parties after shows on Saturday night, which may have included certain drinking, and made matinees very, very tiresome and monotonous.
Matinees were early morning.
Oh, they were very early, and yeah. So I don't have fondest memories of matinees. So I'm okay with not doing matinees here.
Oh no, I would love to do matinees. So it's,
See, but the thing about cutting Shakespeare,
yes,
it's
back to Shakespeare.
what's interesting to me is that most people, especially after Shakespeare, get very upset with the idea of cutting shows, like Ibsen, O'Neill, because you're cutting into this to have some respect for the author, and then we have Shakespeare, which is the greatest author, and I completely understand cutting, which is why I understand cutting for most shows. Like I don't have a Bible inclination towards a script. I do about certain shows, I guess, but I don't know. I understand.
I do and I don't.
It's hard to
Well, one of the things with Shakespeare too is length.
Absolutely, it's
you
long.
Can't do unedited
They were literally
Shakespeare.
counting down the minutes for the sun to go down for Shakespeare.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hold an audience in a theater for that length of
3.5 hours, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's just, well, unless you're doing a long day's journey into night. That's
so beautiful. It's wonderful, but super long. Iceman Cometh, super long.
Yeah.
It's like a 250-page play.
Yeah.
Like if it's a page a minute that you're reading, that's very long.
Yeah.
It's a 7-page monologue.
Yeah. So. Oh well. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so I just found that with Shakespeare, you just have to do it and not be shy about it.
Sure.
There are other things. I will say I have tampered with a script or two.
Yeah.
Just because you have to, because you can't produce it the way it's written, or for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it lightly.
No. There's always respect given,
Yes.
and you're doing the show. You love the show. You probably love the writer.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes I'm looking at a Brecht script right now, and it's super long, but it's brilliant, and I just want to cut a little things that I don't find integral at the point, and just so I can keep it doing exactly what Brecht wants, which is doing the story, doing the theme, doing the message, and boom, showing the audience. That's what Brecht wants. I just want to cut it down so that people get more exacting of that and don't get bored and that kind of thing.
Don't tell Brecht.
I won't.
Okay.
Please don't tell him.
No.
I mean, he's a very angry man.
I would never betray you.
Thank you so much.
Your secret is safe with me.
What kind of Shakespeare stuff do you want to still do?
Do I want to still do?
Yeah. Have you done the things you wanted to do?
Well,
especially if you read that much. There's got to be parts out there that you read. You're like, I really want to do those
things. I don't
things.
really have any pet projects. One of my favorites I've already done, and that's Pericles.
Okay.
I just love
late Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Barely affiliated to him.
And we're going to be doing The Winter's Tale here at the Drama Group.
Yes, that's right. You're going to have a bear?
That was my first question to the director. Yes.
It's the best question about Winter's Tale.
I know. That's my
Exits being followed by bear.
Pursued by bear. Get it right.
Sorry, Shakespeare.
Yes. I think it's his only stage direction.
It's one of the few, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't think she's going to have an actual bear.
Yeah.
We'll see what we're going to do. But, But before that, we have Pack of Lies coming up in March 17th, April 1st. And that's going to be a good one. That's it's very relevant today, even though it was written about the Cold War.
Yeah.
It's about a British family who has a government agent come knocking on their door and saying, we'd like to use your house as a surveillance point to spy on the neighbors across the street because we think they're Soviet spies. And, you know, do you let the government come in and use your upstairs bedroom to spy on your neighbors and still be friends with your neighbors?
That's awesome.
It's just a fascinating situation.
Yeah.
And with today, you know, who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
And are we going to bar all Muslims from the country? You know, I mean,
there's plenty of those questions. The same that there were.
Yeah.
Same with the Cold War.
It's absolutely relevant to today's situation. So yeah, we're just about to start rehearsals for that.
That sounds amazing.
And Noel Hanley's directing that, and that should be good. I'm looking forward to that.
And then the play you're doing at the Allen's Lane.
Yes.
What's that? The directing. That's the next one you're doing.
When I'm directing Betrayal, Harold Pinter's Betrayal.
Harold Pinter.
In May.
Another great
Yes.
playwright.
And again, that's one that I read it years ago, and then I saw it on Broadway years ago. And it's we did a reading of it here years ago, and now I'm finally getting to do a real stage production. So I have auditions for that coming up in a couple of weeks.
I really love Allen's Lane as a place. I think it's just a wonderful venue.
It's a fun place to direct. It's a fun place to stage things.
Yeah.
Because it's a very unusual space, and I like a challenge.
Yeah.
And yes.
And it's not too big.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have to worry about projection. You don't have to worry about those things. And I love the idea of having a BYO. It's wonderful. Just like the idea of bringing food to like the theater. It's not like I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with people eating while I'm performing.
No, I don't know. Well,
That's
I don't
never
have a
been an
problem
issue.
with that either. The problem I have is sight lines, but that's.
Yeah. Of course, you're gonna have problems with sight lines. That's the director's burden. Yeah, especially since you don't even know what they're gonna set up.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's the director's burden.
That's my only problem. But no, let them bring food. Let them bring booze.
I mean,
just so they don't get drunk.
Yeah,
I don't want to drunk in my audience.
But two glasses of wine in the theater is expected. Like that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, they just
just relax and
have some food, have some drink, enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I would really want to do a comedy there, just because it would be fun and raucous.
Yeah.
Because we did a very big bummer of a show at
You mean a bummer of a show?
Oh, well, it did end in suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. It does end in suicide, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
Which is, I have no problem doing that. It'd be fun to do like a goofy comedy at that place. I bet it's great for.
It is. They just did Rumors. The last show that they did Rumors. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It really was. It was excellent. Yeah.
And it should be really fun for an Agatha Christie too, like a whodunit, because essentially you're in the drawing room with them. So it's just such a tiny place, and you're all eating with them.
I know.
So it's just
we've got the space, and we've got 10 people.
And it's not that big
all there at one time before they start dying off, and it's a lot of people to manage on this
tiny
stage.
space.
Yeah.
That sounds so much fun, though.
Yeah.
So definitely go check out that January 13th. It's open.
The 13th we open.
The 13th at
Friday,
Allen's Lane.
Saturday, Sunday for 3 weekends.
Go to allenslanetheater.org for more information there.
It's allenslane.org.
I'm just kidding. It's allenlanes.org. Check that out for tickets and stuff like that. And we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back. And we're going to play a little game with Bob. See how it goes. Keep listening to the sound from Germantown, G-Town Radio. And we are back. We went to the zoo. I'm Kevin Fennell. I'm here with Bob Bauer. And we're going to play a little game here. We got a new game we're going to play today. It's called Wed or Dead. For, as you know, in most Shakespearean plays, characters at the end either die or they get married.
Depending on whether it's a tragedy or a comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I memean, history's a lot of people die, a lot of death in King and then.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do 5 characters, and you're gonna tell me that they're wed or they're dead at the end. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you their name, their description by Shakespeare, because he was very eloquent in these. So Phoebe, a shepherdess.
She gets wed.
She does. She marries Touchstone. Hero, daughter.
She gets wed.
Yeah, she does. All right.
Although she pretends to die first.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is.
It's a fake death.
It's a fake death.
Doesn't
She's okay.
count.
She's okay. All right. Charmian, attendant.
Charmian. Is that Antony and Cleopatra?
It is.
Dead.
Dead is correct. Sir Toby Belch, uncle.
Oh, he gets wed.
Yeah, he does.
With
and then
Mariah. Yeah.
finally, Aaron Amore.
Aaron Amore. Oh, I think he gets dead.
He does get dead. You were
Yes.
5 for 5 on that one. Wed or dead?
I'm good.
Aaron. He gets buried up to his head and then picked apart by carrion.
That's in
Titus.
Titus Andronicus.
Yeah, a lot of deaths in Titus Andronicus.
Yeah.
At one point, somebody gets baked into a pie.
Yes.
And then eaten by their father.
I saw that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My theater professor in college did it as a comedy. So it's just like blood splattering everywhere.
Well, isn't there a theory that Shakespeare
It did as a
intended it to be a
comedy.
comedy? Yes.
Actually, yeah. I was just reading "Will in the World" by Stephen Greenblatt.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is brilliant.
I read that.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
And it just goes through like all the things that like he was probably thinking about for
What was
specific
going
plays.
on during his lifetime.
Yeah. So like.
yeah.
The like James was so afraid of being murdered and being assassinated because his father and his mother were. So crazy how he had that fear.
Runs in the family.
And so like around that time was when he wrote Macbeth, which was because Macbeth is all about the heirs of Banquo, which James supposedly was.
Yeah.
So it's just those little things that like you had no idea were going on in Elizabethan times. And it affected everything Shakespeare wrote about. And it makes so much sense now. It's like, oh my God, he's so smart.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of that's, gives me a lot of that Ben Jonson jibber jab that I hate. And like the false Shakespeare stuff, a lot of annoyance.
Does it matter? You know, I mean, really.
I guess it doesn't
The plays
matter.
are there, they're great.
They're so good.
You know.
I like to think it's one guy, and I think it is one guy.
Yeah.
It just seems like one guy.
I don't have any reason to doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Go with it.
Yeah, go with it.
Yeah. So.
All right. So thank you so much for being on the show, Bob.
Oh well.
Thanks for playing
you.
Wed or Dead, our
Thank
new
you
game.
for having me, and come see all my shows.
Yes, go check out the Drama Group. Go to Allen's
Absolutely.
Lane,
TheDramaGroup.org.
TheDramaGroup.org.
The
Dramagroup.org.
beginning. And on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Facebook too.
The one and only.
Yes.
There's no others. Not in America. All right, so thank you so much. We're going to be back in the studio and say goodbye to Bob. Bye.
Bye.